Did you know that more than 35 million people in the US have diabetes? And what's worse is that 1 in 5 of them don't even know that they have diabetes. Also, about 96 million US adults have pre-diabetes, and more than 8 in 10 of them do not know this. Diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the US, but this does not have to be the case. So today we're going to be discussing how not to die from diabetes. And we're continuing with the book, How Not to Die, Discover the Foods Scientifically Proven to Prevent and Reverse Disease, written by Michael Greger. Hello and welcome to Pharm Glo's Clinic, your number one stop for everything on health and wellness. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you ever have any concerns, questions, or opinions about the video, don't be shy. Just leave a comment down below. Now let's get into the video. What is diabetes? Diabetes is Greek for to pass through or siphon, and mellitus, which is Latin for honey sweet. These are two terms that make up the term for the illness known as diabetes mellitus. The feature of diabetes mellitus is chronically high blood sugar levels. This is due to either your body developing a resistance to the effects of insulin or your pancreas gland not producing enough insulin, the hormone that regulates your blood sugar. Type 1 diabetes is an insulin deficiency condition, whereas type 2 diabetes is an insulin resistance condition. If your blood sugar level becomes too high, it may overwhelm your kidneys and leak into your urine. How did the disease get its name? Apparently, before the invention of modern laboratory equipment, the only way to test for diabetes was by tasting the urine. Ew, right? Well, it's true. And we know that diabetic pee can taste like honey, hence the name. Your digestive system converts the carbs you consume into glucose, a simple sugar that serves as the main source of energy for all the cells in your body. Insulin helps glucose enter your cells from the bloodstream. Consider insulin as the key that opens your cell's doors so that glucose can enter. Your pancreas releases insulin every time you eat or help transport the glucose into your cells. Without insulin, your cells are unable to absorb glucose, which causes the glucose to accumulate in your blood. This added sugar has the potential to harm the body's blood vessels over time. Diabetes can cause a lot of other things like blindness, kidney failure, heart attack, and stroke because of this. High blood sugar levels can harm your nerves, resulting in the condition known as neuropathy, which can be painful, numbing, and tingling. Diabetics may experience poor circulation and numbness in their legs and feet as a result of the damage of their blood vessels and nerves, which can result in wounds that heal slowly and might even ultimately require amputation. Yeah, it can get that bad. About 5% of all confirmed instances of diabetes are type 1 diabetes, formerly known as juvenile onset diabetes. The immune system mistakenly kills the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas in the majority of persons with type 1 diabetes. Without insulin, blood sugar levels increase dangerously. In order to compensate for the absence of production, type 1 diabetes is consequently treated with injections of insulin, a form of hormone replacement therapy. Although the precise origin of type 1 diabetes is unknown, environmental triggers including viral infection and/or cow's milk, as well as genetic predisposition may contribute. 90 to 95% of diabetes are typically type 2 diabetes, formerly known as adult onset diabetes. The pancreas can still produce insulin in type 2 diabetes, but it doesn't function as well. Insulin's function is hindered by fat buildup inside the cells of your muscles and liver. Saturated fat appears to jam the locks on the doors of your cells if insulin provides the key that opens them. When glucose is prevented from entering your muscles, which are the main consumers of this fuel, sugar levels in your blood might increase to dangerous levels. The fat inside these muscle cells can come from the fat you eat or the fat you wear. The prevention, treatment, and reversal of type 2 diabetes therefore depends on your diet and lifestyle. Through dietary and lifestyle modifications, type 2 diabetes is almost always avoidable, often treatable, and sometimes even reversible. Type 2 diabetes is an unfortunate result of your dietary choices, just like other main killers, particularly heart disease and high blood pressure. However, there is hope, even if you are already having diabetes and associated complications. Even if you had type 2 diabetes for years, you may be able to completely cure the condition by making lifestyle changes. In fact, you can start seeing improvements in your health as soon as you transition to a healthy diet. Before we go fully into this, let's answer this important question. What causes insulin resistance? Studies from almost a century ago reveal a startling discovery. In order to evaluate the effects of various diets, researchers split healthy young medical students into multiple groups in 1927. Some had a diet high in carbohydrates, including sugar, candies, pastries, white bread, baked potatoes, syrup, bananas, rice, and oatmeal, while others were given a diet high in fat, including olive oil, butter, egg yolk, and cream. Surprisingly, insulin resistance increased dramatically in the diet group that was high in fat. Within a few days, their blood sugar levels increased significantly, more in response to a sugar challenge than did those who were eating a diet high in sugar and starches. Scientists didn't solve the mystery of why this occurred for another 70 years, but once they did, they would have the solution to what causes type 2 diabetes. Up to 90% of people who develop type 2 diabetes are overweight, making excess body fat the leading risk factor of the condition. What is the relationship? In part, a phenomenon known as the spillover effect. Intriguingly, no matter how much weight you gain or lose as an adult, the total amount of fat in your body stays rather constant. When your belly gets bigger, you're not necessarily manufacturing new fat cells. Rather, you're merely packing more fat into existing ones. They simply fill up with fat as the body adds weight. These cells can become so swollen in overweight and obese persons that they can actually spill fat back into the bloodstream, possibly leading to the same obstruction of insulin signaling that one would experience. Regardless of the source of the fat in your blood, when your blood fat levels grow, insulin resistance, the root cause of type 2 diabetes, causes a decline in your body's ability to remove sugar from the blood. Alternatively, those who constitutively consume a plant-based diet have a far lower incidence of diabetes than those who regularly consume meat. Flexitarians appear to reduce the risk of diabetes by 28%, according to a study of 89,000 Californians, which is good news for people who eat meat occasionally rather than every day. Those who limit their meat intake and eat only fish seem to have a 50% reduction in their rate. What about people who avoid all meat, even fish? They seem to reduce their risk by 61%. And those who go one step further and give up dairy and eggs as well? Compared to persons who regularly consume meat, they have a 78% reduction in diabetes rates. What's the solution then? Simple. Eat plant-based foods. The typical water content of fruits and vegetables is between 80 and 90%. Water may bulk up foods without adding calories, just like fiber does. Experiments have shown that people tend to eat the same amount of food as a meal, regardless of calorie count. This is likely because stretch receptors in the stomach convey signals to the brain once a specific amount of food has been consumed. When a significant portion of that volume is a zero-calorie substance like fiber or water, you can eat more food without gaining weight. For this reason, whole food, plant-based diets are excellent for those who enjoy food since they allow you to eat as much as you want without having to worry about calorie counting. Can diabetes be completely cured? Since the siege of Paris in 1870, we have been aware that type 2 diabetes can be reversed by a drastic decrease in food consumption. Parisian medical professionals recorded how glucose vanished from patients' urine after persons went without food for weeks. Diabetes experts have known for a long time that individuals with a strong willpower, who can reduce up to 1/5 of their body weight, can reverse their diabetes and restore their regular metabolic process. Now, instead of starving by eating less food, diabetic patients can go for plant-based diets of all-you-can-eat greens, lots of other vegetables, and beans, whole grains, fruits, nuts, and seeds. And that's all for today. What do you think about this video? Let us know down in the comments section below. And that's all for today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell, smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next video.